Hello everyone, welcome back to Sim Airport. So I have been out for a week, but as you guys saw, there were some episodes that came about. Now there were a lot of comments made, and I do appreciate that. You guys are awesome with that. I wanted to take a look at a couple things on the updates that have happened over the last week, and I also wanted to address some of the comments too. First, before we get into anything else here in the game. Now, first thing that I want to do is I want to say it was during the live episode during episode 8. I was looking at the security area. I was looking at a couple, in the ticketing and all that kind of stuff. And I really didn't like how, the zoning kind of took over everything that was going on, right? Well, the devs have actually gone in and fixed that. So if we go to the options menu, now remember we are on the Edge branch, which you can see that right down here. And the most recent update was March 5th, which is, believe it or not, the day that this video is airing and being recorded, because I just got back into town a couple days ago and haven't had any time to record anything. That's why this is coming to you a little bit late today. Anyway. So going back to the zoning, so if you go under gameplay, so we have a couple different options here. So we have zone overlays. So if right now that's on yes, but if I click no, then that gets rid of the actual name that's on there. So I kind of want to keep that. But then this zone overlay has to deal with, if I go down with it, you can tell that the lines are now gone. If I go all the way up with it, makes the lines very prominent. But what I want to do is I want to get rid of them completely. And here's the reason why. You can see the security zone is now completely different. The tiles and everything, the color of it is completely different. And that's what I wanted. This is what I want to have in here, is this color. The same when it came to the ticketing area. This is a very nice tile that we put in here. So we can now definitely enjoy that tile. And then baggage claim we haven't even done anything with yet, but I mean we will eventually. But it just makes the zones look really nice. Actually, it just makes them completely disappear, which is what I was wanting to do. And I like that. I like that you can go ahead and do that. Now, there were a couple of other updates that happened. The one from this morning said something about... what was it? It was something about bonus fees or bonus money that we can get from, filling the plane up to 100% capacity. And then the increments would just go up from there. I've been letting the game run a little bit, and I haven't seen that yet. So maybe we'll see it a little later. I'm not entirely sure, but we'll figure that one out. There was an update that happened to the kiosks while I was gone that I didn't know about, that someone commented on. So right now it's 2 a.m. We have no passengers in here, and yet we're paying these employees to come in here. So we can actually go into kiosk scheduling and say, I don't know, at 1 a.m. I don't need any. Or at like 2 a.m. I don't need any. At 3 a.m. I need maybe 1. Same with 4 a.m. Honestly, 1 a.m. I could deal with 1. So this kind of allows us to help. And actually, I don't even know if I have people coming in here at 3 a.m. But this will help get rid of some of the expenses that we're not going to need during these hours, because we're constantly having to pay these people for services that they don't need to be paid for. They just don't. They really don't. There's no need to have them here. Now, if we could do that for the rest of the people that are here, that would be awesome. However, we do not. I mean, we still need to have like a few people here and there, but haven't found anywhere on the control panels to where, let's say, the secure areas, PA system, information sector display, passenger AI decisions. So there's nothing that I can really, there's nowhere else that does that except for just the kiosks, which is kind of unfortunate. It would be nice to be able to go in and, like, you know, schedule your people, you know, schedule your staff on where they go and what time. So, I mean, is it nice to have this? Yeah, it is. But I don't know. Anyway, but that's a good, that's a neat little feature. I like that feature. It's a good one. Okay, next is, and if I don't address this now, then I'm gonna get yelled at. I really am, because I'm sure he's sitting there going, "Where are they? You haven't put them in yet. You haven't addressed them yet. Let's go." Anyway, so there were comments, or there was a comment about Windows, and why am I not using them? Well, I forget about them. I completely forget about them. I'm not gonna lie. I honestly don't know why, but I do forget about the windows for some reason. So let's go ahead and add a couple of windows in here. Let's add one there, and a small one there. And, you know, what's crazy, and when you think about it, because the comment was about, you know, when you go to an airport, you have windows that you can look out and you can see the plane and everything, and it's a really neat experience to see that. And it's like, oh yeah, that's right, you can do that. That makes total sense. Why didn't I think of that before? I don't know. I did not, for some odd reason. So we'll go ahead and get those windows added in there. Now, a couple things that I want to look at for this episode are going to be, so I have two ticketing areas, right? So I have one ticketing area that takes care of these two, another ticketing area that takes care of these two. Now, these 4 gates that we put in here, we're going to need a much, much bigger ticketing area. And I was thinking about putting a ticketing area upstairs. Unfortunately, I don't know that my conveyors are allowed to be on the 2nd floor, because I think that would be really cool to have. But let's see, if I go up a floor, and if I go to, let's see, utilities, conveyor, oh, I actually can. Huh. Interesting. Conveyor down. Okay, well, then it'll work. At least it should work. Because what I have to think about is I have to think about the logistics of how I'm going to have this set up. So if I have... No, I don't want to do that. That needs to be a consumer. So I need to have stuff go in here. If I go up one, then it'll just transition down that way and transition down that way. So that'll be fine. This whole baggage system is just completely, like, it's, I'm telling you, it's pretty bad. It's pretty complicated. And I did have someone ask, you know, why I had it going down to the 3rd level or to the 2nd basement level. And that's mostly because of, you know, this area over here. Not to mention the fact that we already have it up here on the 1st basement level, and this in itself is pretty big. It needs to be bigger, and it will be bigger, but, you know, I don't want it to get in too much depth of, you know, getting in the way of this area right here, which this is something we'll fix as well. Because what we're going to have to do is we now have, there's a new option for, where are they at? Moving walkways. Yes. I'm so excited for these. I don't remember exactly when they were added in. I know they were added in not too long ago. It was before, or it was after I had everything pre-recorded. So definitely want to get those in here too. And I played around with it a little bit last night, and it actually, they work really well, and I love it. So now the big question is, what exactly are we going to do first? Because there are so many things that we need to do. We need to finish this. We need to... There's just so much to do. Sometimes it's a little overwhelming, honestly. It really is. We got the windows in, though. And, you know, I don't like the way they're broken up right here. So let's do this. Let's just add in, we'll do a window there and there to make that go all the way. And then I'll add a couple more there. And then we'll come over here. I'll leave this, actually no, I'll put a window there. And then I'll put a window there. And then I think if I do one there and one there, that'll be good. And then if I go one there and one there. Perfect. So now we've got some windows. I don't know if that's going to help our environment at all, but it might. It's very possible that it might. So let's go with what to do next. Let's do this. Let's get our moving walkways in here. Now, in order to do that, though, you have to have plenty of room. So the moving walkways, let me pull those up real fast. Okay, so the moving walkways take up a 2x2 area, and they have to be a certain length. But you cannot have just one of them because obviously the moving walkway only goes in one direction. You have to have two of them. Now, I should, if I did this correctly, and I did, so I should be able to just add on, let's see, foundation. And then let's add foundation onto there. And then I can add foundation onto there. Now, that's going to help with getting the area in here that I need. The problem... Uh-oh. Why are these guys getting stuck? Unable... Ah, crap. They're getting stuck... They're getting stuck behind there. Abort and reconsider. How are they getting stuck behind that? Oh, jeez. That's a little bug that keeps happening. So people are going up the escalator and yet they fall behind it and they get stuck behind there. I don't know how it happens, but it does. I think what I might end up having to do is kind of bump this out like one, just in case. Actually, I'll go ahead and do that now. Bump it out one, and then get rid of the wall that's in there. Because people seem to be getting stuck behind there. Let's go ahead and make that a priority. Because that's not, I mean, that's not good. You know, I don't want people to get stuck in there. If I go up one, I was having people, they were getting stuck back in here. But that doesn't seem to be the case lately. There's a lot of passengers coming out of here. Wow. It's a lot of people. A lot of people. Something else that I'm going to address here in a minute has to do with the flight scheduling. But I don't want to do that quite just yet. I want to get the moving walkways in here first. Sometimes I can't remember which key it is to... what my shortcut key is to go down a level. Plus, it's also early in the morning, and I'm not used to doing this early in the morning. So, bear with me. Okay, it's not early. It's like, it's almost 9 o'clock. So that's not early to me. It's not. Okay. Whoa. Bugs. Oh, boy. That's a little crazy. Alright. Alright, let's clear that. Clear that out. I think that takes care of all of... Yeah, it does. And then let's clear... Oops, I didn't go far enough. Foundation. Let's go 2 more. Yeah, I know you're stuck. I'm working on it. And let's get rid of those 2. And that should unstick them. Maybe. There we go. Come on. There you go. You're clear. Okay. Well, now that we have this built up, I want to, granted I don't have these done the right way. I wish there was a way to reverse the escalators. I wish we had a way to reverse that. The moving walkways, you do. You are able to do that with the moving escalators. So if I make this go in that direction, so you can see where the green automatically came up there and the red came up there. If I were to take it again this way, it would do the same thing. So what I have to do is click over here and go that way. Because here's the thing. You can reverse it, but you can't reverse it until it's actually built. Now, the passengers can use it right away. So you can see how much faster. So here they're walking, and then you can see them just get on the moving escalator and just zoom. There they go. Boom. Gone. Bye. They're just going. There they go. Which is awesome. It's absolutely amazing. Now they're already coming down this way because of the escalator right there. So if we go back into the moving walkway, and if I build a moving walkway going, well, see, I can't really block that, so I can go to, what if I go to there? I think that'll work. And then if I add just one on each side and then clear that out, that should be enough room for there. And then I'll do another moving walkway and I'll go this way with it. Like that. Perfect. Now, the only downfall to this is that sometimes your passengers can get stuck when you build it, which is not good. They're stuck. There's nothing else I can do with it. I can't, at least not right now. But what you can do is that once you have it built, if you want to change the direction of it, you can actually... Okay, so you can't switch directions, I forgot. So there's a bug. There's no ability to do that right now, but you can eventually. You will be able to eventually. Now, again, what I'm hoping is that when they get the ability to switch the direction on this, we'll have the ability to switch the direction on the escalator as well. Because to be quite honest, I don't like the way this is right now. I would like for it to be going down here and then going up here on the right. Like I have this one up on the right. So anyway. Alright, so let's clear that out. And this is going to mostly help for getting passengers from point A to point B in a much quicker fashion. You know, so you have passengers coming in from ticketing and having to walk all the way down into here, and they still have to come all the way over here. It's just going to get them there even faster. And it's going to make it a lot easier. And it'll make sure that we get our flights filled correctly. All right. Oh, gosh. Okay. And that was a comment that I needed to address, so yay. Killed two birds with one stone there. Let's go back down. Alright, so we're clearing that out, and then I need to wait for that to get built up. There we go. And then we'll clear that out. And then I should be able to put my moving escalators, or my moving walkways. I don't know why I want to call them moving escalators. I mean, that's kind of what they are. So if I go... I need for them to get that out of there. There we go. So I'll put the moving walkway going there, and then I'll have it coming this way. Perfect. I would put something in here, but I think that's kind of a waste of money to put like two small ones in here. Plus, I don't think it'll let me. No, it won't let me. It needs to be at least 10 long, so there's no way I can put anything in there. Which I'm fine with. I am. I'm really fine with. I really like the way this has... I like the way this turned out. It's turned out really well. Yeah. I like that. Okay. Clearly, we're making a lot of money right now, which I'm very fine with. Need to go up a level. Pardon me. Oh my gosh. I'm back home for 2 days and my allergies are already flaring up again. It's ridiculous. Oh, but I will say I did enjoy my time on the beach. It was very nice. It was very, very nice. All right, so let's see. The other thing was there was a couple other things that I wanted to address too. So one of them being, let's see, passenger flights not needed at 3 hours on 180 passengers. So I'll take a look at that, and then one of our viewers, Remco. I have not forgotten about you. Trust me. You had a lot to say. And trust me, I'm getting there. I'm sure I have already addressed a couple of things, but what I want to do is I want to sit down with your comments this afternoon and really dig into them and see what exactly it is I need to look at, what I don't need to look at, you know, what I've addressed, what I haven't, and everything else. And then we'll go from there. We'll figure it out. So what I want to do next now were, okay, the flights. If I look at, that's not what I want. Flight management, here we go. All right, so the ones that are 180 flights. So if I look at Star Flight 9894, so 9894, Star Flight, this one. Really? Only 92. See, this one on B2, Aero Time, had 132 passengers and left like an hour early. So I probably only need to do... Let's see. That left 45 minutes early. So I have that scheduled at 8, 9, 10. Oh, okay. So that one, 12 p.m. to 2:30, that's 2.5 hours. That one actually left right on time. I thought I had changed these to 2.5 hours. That one left like 5 minutes early. This one's getting ready to leave shortly. Oops. Keep doing that. So the time it was supposed to leave, or it's supposed to leave, is 9 p.m. Oh, that's 3 hours. That doesn't need to be at 3 hours. Okay, so let's adjust these down just a tad. So that's already at... Well, here's the thing. That's already at 2.5 hours. So let me change it by like 15 minutes. No. No, I'm going to leave it at 2.5. If I have them at 3 hours, I think... Well, no, the 3-hour one's at 250 capacity. So that's fine. This could be a comment where it was, I don't know. It could be an older comment. Honestly, I don't remember. But that's 2.5 hours. That's 2.5 hours. That's 2.5 hours. So I think I'm fine on the 2.5 hour spot for the 180. I think I'm okay. Because that's what some of them are taking. They are taking 2.5 hours. Yeah, I'm completely fine with leaving it at there. Granted, this one didn't have nearly as many passengers on it, which is fine, but if it would have had extra, then it probably would have went over the time. So I'm not too terribly concerned about that. Now, what I do want to do is I want to go ahead and get... how much of this can I build right now? Ooh, I can actually build a decent amount. 150. There's 300,000 right there. Boom. Yes. I want to get this started for the next episode because I really want to get some flights and stuff in here for this. I really do. I think we'll work on getting this taken care of as well. I think a third runway would be really nice to have. Let's see, asphalt runway. And if I put it over here, because I think it has to be, is it 210 or is it 250? I don't remember. Because this is 150. Let's see, airline interest. I need the extra large. Where's Galactic Point? Here it is. Oh, 240. Okay, so an extra large gate and 240. Well, I'm not going to have any extra large gates in here anytime soon, unfortunately. Now, I probably could... No, I can't because I don't have... Let me go down a level. I was thinking maybe I could put an extra large gate in here. And it's very possible, but I'd have to get rid of part of that. Yeah, that wouldn't... I wouldn't be able to do that very well. Then again, I could. I could. If I were to put 2 in here, I would have to get rid of this whole section right there. No, I don't want to do that. I want the extra large gates to go elsewhere. Yeah, I want the extra large gates to go in a different spot. Because what I'm thinking about doing is, because we'll have this terminal down here, and then I can expand out this way a couple, have the extra large runway in here, and then put a whole nother terminal over there with its own security, baggage, and everything. That would be really interesting to see. Airport isn't turning out quite like I wanted it to. However, it's still doing well. I definitely should have started from scratch. I really should have. You know, hindsight, it is what it is. But yeah, it's just something to look into the future with. You know, on our next airport when we go and get to that point. There really isn't much more that I can do here, so I think we'll go ahead and wrap it up. I do want to say that my hope is by either the end of today or tomorrow, we are at 200 subscribers, which is freaking fabulous. It's awesome. I mean, it's just so overwhelming to think that the channel has grown 100 subscribers in like a month and a half. Like, I don't even know what to say to that. I really don't. I think it's absolutely amazing. And then again, everything is absolutely amazing to me. So anyway, lost my train of thought. Totally lost my train of thought. I know I was talking about subscribers and how the channel has grown and everything, and I do want to appreciate all of you guys who have subscribed so far to the channel. Thank you so much. So much more to come. I'm going to tell you guys that... So this airport, I don't know. I'm definitely going to keep this airport going for a little while. But in 2 weeks, actually not even 2 weeks, in 10 days, the new Surviving Mars comes out. And I've looked at it, I've seen it, and I think I'm going to go ahead and get it when it comes out. So what I'll do is... on the day it comes out, on March 15th, I want to say it was the 15th. Was it the 15th? Hang on. Now I gotta look at my friggin' calendar again. Dang it. Yeah, Thursday the 15th is when it's scheduled to release. And what I want to do is I want to do a live stream of it. Just to, you know, get familiar with the game, take questions, see what you guys think. And I think that'll be a lot of fun. I do. I think that'll be a lot of fun, and I think it'll be a good game to get into. You know, that's the type of genre that I like to do. You know, just building and exploring and stuff like that. You know, kind of like this. This is very two-dimensional, very easy. That's very three-dimensional. You know, kind of like City Skylines was. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Yeah. So that's it. It's too early in the morning for this, I'm telling you. Anyway, so that is all I have for you guys today. Questions, comments, concerns, put them down in the comment section below, and then I will address those when I can. All of our research is pretty much done. Next episode, like I said, I want to work more on our next concourse over here, Concourse C, and get that taken care of. And get some of those flights in here. Probably going to need a third runway regardless of what happens. Yeah, gonna need a third runway. So yeah. Well, we'll focus on that later. So that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you for watching, everyone, and I'll see you next time.